2, 1, 2. In a place to be. I go to St. John's University. Ever since kindergarten, I acquired knowledge. And after Gator went straight to college, I'm light skinned. I'm living in Queens and I love eating chicken and collard green. What up, y'all? I got me a new, hold on. See how I work this thing. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. We in the building. We are coming to you live from Twitch, from Twitter, from the IE Network. What's going on with y'all? We're going to be discussing some things, the Heaven Hollywood experience. We're going to be discussing some things today. Can y'all see and hear me? Let me know. For the one in the chat, if y'all can hear me. Hold on. I got me a new dashboard, so I want to make sure. Crazy. Put a one in the chat, everybody that can hear me, y'all. Let's see here. Everybody can hear me, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat right now. Yes. Gloria. Gloria. You're always on the run now. Running after somebody. I think you're going on now. See your innocence slipping away. Don't believe it's coming back soon. What's up, Gloria? Everybody, who else is in the building? Who else is in the building? Put a one in the chat. Let me know where you from, where you tapping in from. Or was it something that they said? All these voices in your head. Oh, tell me, Gloria, Gloria. I think he got your number. I think he got your alias that you've been living under. Okay, Gloria. Who out there? Who out there? New York is definitely up in the building. My name is Heaven Hollywood. I am from New York. What's up, Marcel? It's about damn time. Where you been? No, I see people. They just not saying, I see dead people. I see live people, Gloria, but I guess they scared to talk. Marcel's in the building. New York, stand up. Strong Island, where we got them wildin'. Strong Island, where we got them wildin' at. Marcel, where you from again? I'm trying to remember. Is Marcel from... Where's Marcel? I think Marcel's from the... Is he from the East Coast? I forgot where Marcel was from. Hey, you mad at me? Yep. Yep, I sure am mad at you. I don't know why. I don't know why, but since you brought it up, you must have did something. You tell it on yourself. Miami, that's right, that's right. Kenji, am I supposed to be mad at you? See, you must have did something to me that I forgot about. What's up, y'all? Once again, it's Heaven Hollywood in the building. Why are you mad at me? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't until you asked, was I mad at you? So then that triggered something because you must have did something that I forgot about. Now you just reminded me. Oh, you've been DMing me and I didn't respond back. What you been sending me in them DMs? Maybe that's why I didn't respond. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't see it. No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. What up, Tyler? Tyler, oh, you ain't mad. Tyler coming and messing it up. I was getting ready to have Kenji like, damn, daddy, why are you mad? Like, what can I do to make it up to you? So you fucking it up for me, Tyler. Anyway, it's the Heaven Hollywood experience, y'all. And we're gonna be going over a couple of things today. We got Darius in the building. We're gonna be talking about Klay Thompson, Marcel. We're gonna be talking about Klay Thompson. We're gonna be talking about Big Tigger. He done got himself in some trouble. There's a situation going on with DJ Booth. Looks like he done, at least the Barbs feel as though he done turned on Nicki Minaj. So we gotta tap into that. Dudes is out here explaining themselves to fan pages. Like, my God, what's going on here? No, Kenji, I don't know what may have happened. Like we was in the middle of something, and then for some reason we lost contact. But no, I am not mad at you. No, I'm not. Unless I look in them DMs and see something that makes me mad. Um, yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. Nicki Minaj also out at the World Cup. She was out there with Papa Bear looking like little Kenneth Petty. He looked just like his father. He looked like Nicki Minaj too, though. Like you can see that Mirage look. He definitely looks like both of them. Um, what's up, Crimson? What else we gonna be talking about? We also gonna be talking about, oh my God, Cardi B going through New York, had everybody talking, them pants she had on, good, Googa Mooga. Diddy hit with another lawsuit. They just, now that they see that Diddy is about to come out of jail, like I told y'all, now that they see that Diddy is about to come out of jail, now all of a sudden those lawsuits that got real quiet when he first got locked up, now they're like, okay, he's getting out of jail. So now it's time to try to hit him with some lawsuits. And I see that the people, right, these folks are trying these people are trying to find something else to lock him down with so he can stay locked up. I'm gonna be putting on my Patreon. I think I already put it up. Yeah, the proof that Diddy won his appeal. Okay, so you can go on the Patreon. Everybody join the Patreon that's not on there. It's patreon.com/ the IE network. What else we got? Cassie's in another. Uh, she's back in another lawsuit involving Cassie. I think that Clayton Howard responded back, and Daphne Joy now. It's funny. You got to give a shout out. As much as I don't like him, shout out to DJ Academics, because it's like he has now opened up the fire gates for Daphne Joy, because Daphne Joy has been out there for the longest, ever since this trial, and everybody was scared to touch her. They didn't want to interview her. I guess they was. I don't know whether they're scared of 50 Cent, or they didn't. They felt as though they was making fun of her, calling her 304, calling her this, calling her that. Nobody wanted to talk to Daphne Joy. DJ Academics interviews her, and they see how she was like, oh yeah, you can hit. Oh yeah, I think you're so cute, and this, and see how she was soft soaking DJ Academics. Now all of a sudden, I've seen her on 3 podcasts since. All of a sudden now, everybody wants to interview Daphne Joy, where they wasn't going to touch her before. But now Academics, again, got to give him credit. He was the first one on that. When nobody else, everybody else had a chance to interview Daphne Joy, and they didn't want to do it. They was too busy worried about what people are going to think about them interviewing Daphne Joy. But now I've seen her on No Jumper. There's this another white dude coming up named Ryan, I think. She's on that. Now everybody's going to want Daphne Joy on their podcast now because of what Academics started. Joe Budden will probably get her up there next. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, last couple of days I've been going through it a little bit. Like, I'm getting over surgery, so it comes and goes, like the pain and just those last couple of days, like I really have been feeling well. But back out here, if y'all want help, and remember, I was kind of depressed because like YouTube demonetized my channel, and then I was on the phone and with between the phone, it's not the phone, but on chat and email with them one day for 6 hours, and I was in a 6 hour long chat, and none of them will give me information. They demonetized my channel, but they won't tell me why. And it's crazy to me. Then I appealed and I went and reapplied, and they were like, no, because the same issue from before. And I'm like, but you won't tell me what the issue is. Right? They're telling me some BS about another channel, and I'm like, I'm looking at all my channels and none of them are suspended. So I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm like, if you would just tell me the name of the channel, I can then, oh, we can't give you that information. But you're going to demonetize my channel and say it's because of another channel, but then you won't give me the name of that other channel. So how am I supposed to know? So that depressed me a lot. Right. Yeah, exactly, Darius. They won't tell me. They won't tell me the issue. They said something about another channel of mine is got demonetized. Well, that's a lie, because I only had one channel that was monetized. My other channels are not monetized. My daughter's channel isn't monetized yet. It's about to be. My sports channel isn't monetized. My reaction channel isn't monetized. So they said, oh, another channel of mine got demonetized. So when that happens, all the channels that you run get demonetized too. And I can't get monetized again until the original channel fixes issue. But they won't tell me what the original channel is. they're saying, "Oh, we can't tell you." If it's my channel, why can't you tell me? So that's why I think they full of shit. Like a lot of people have been talking about YouTube lately and saying they've been demonetizing a lot of people's channel. Which, if you're gonna do that, let me know. How am I supposed to correct it if you're not telling me what channel you're talking about? I mean, so I've been kind of depressed with that. You know what I mean? Again, and then I've been putting my Cash App up, and like, shout out to Darius, because he's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, he's the only person that sent me a Cash App. Now Jocelyn always blesses me. Um, but yeah, so these shows that I'm doing are like not monetized right now because I don't know what the fuck YouTube is doing. But that's why I'm trying to find other ways. You know what I mean? You're talking about a channel that I've had forever. I've had that channel on forever. They already delete like my first. I had that channel for 10 years before I even used it. The IE network was in existence because it was a backup to my channel Block TV. Now Block TV had 60,000 subs on it, and it had like 13 million views on it. And then when Google bought YouTube, they fucked my shit up. They fucked my channel up, and they deleted the channel. And they were like, "Oh, we sent a message out to this number," and I'm like, "Well, I don't have that number anymore." And then that was a whole big thing where they ended up deleting my channel. I don't know what channel it is, Darius. I only have my channel, my daughter's channel, reactions, and my channel called React and something, Sports Fanatic, and my I just started my Real Crimes channel, and I just started Sports Live and Videotape channel, and I also have Microwave Network. So I have like 8 channels, but only one of them was monetized. Yep. If I still had Block TV, it would probably be in a million by now because it went up so fast. And that's how I got put on. That was with all my original. That's where I had like 4 videos that was over a million, was over a million views. That was before they really started paying people. We were getting that was back when YouTube paid every 3 months. Now they pay every month, but back then you got paid quarterly. Yep. And that's what made my brother stop. Like for a while, my brother was like, "I'm not doing this no more," because we put all that content up there, and we took a lot of time uploading that content, and then they just screwed us over. So again, y'all want to support me, please. My Cash App is $Heaven Hollywood. Let's get into the show. Okay. My screen is not working right now, so y'all just gonna have to deal with me. All right. Nicki Minaj and um Alex Brucevich. They was at the World Cup. Let me see if I can hold on. No, they probably won't let me do it on this phone, but they was at the World Cup. They had Papa Bear out there in his yellow. I saw his yellow sneaker, little yellow sneakers. Shout out to Papa Bear. And Kenneth Petty was out there. And once again, Alex Brucevich. Now, once again, Alex Brucevich didn't have his wife, nowhere to be found. So a lot of people are starting to really ask questions, right? And it's really starting to get it's starting to get very confusing. Like, what is but I've been told y'all that I believe he is now her. I don't know if I want to say manager, but she fired all other managers. He's the only one that he goes out with her. It's almost like he's security. I swear, it's almost like he's security because he goes out with her. She's got her husband there, and it's just weird. Like, is he like her new? Whenever she goes out, because she's now aligned herself with MAGA, right? It's like whenever she goes out, Alex, and she's in the public, Alex makes sure that he's there. So she goes out to the World Cup with her family, and Alex is there. Um, I forgot where she was the last time it was a public event that she was at. Alex was there too. Um, they spoke about her at the Grammys. Alex came out and said something about on the Grammys. Then he's doing interviews with TMZ after he shitted on TMZ and said, "Oh, they don't like Nicki Minaj." But then he's doing interviews with TMZ and he's talking about Cardi B, and it's like, bro, why are you getting yourself? And you're supposed to be a Trump advisor. Why are you, getting yourself in the middle of female rap beef? And you're supposed to be a Trump advisor. And her fan base is like, yeah, oh, Alex, he's done more for Nicki than Wayne and Drake. Oh, he's a Bob. And I'm like, people aren't looking at the bigger picture. Like, no, so everyone just, not everyone, but her fan base, she got those Bobs that they'll do anything for Nicki to have a friend. And they don't question where this guy came from. They don't question whether he's got an ulterior motive or nothing. But then when they fall out, everybody will go turn on him and start dissing him. When if you would just think about where did this guy come from? Nobody knows and nobody cares, right? Why don't you go back and look at his timeline prior to Nicki Minaj coming out and saying she was MAGA? Go back and look at his timeline. If you look at his timeline, the first time he said something about Nicki Minaj was the when she said something about the jab, right? When she said something about the jab. That's because he hates Democrats, and that thing that she was saying was kind of like um an anti-vax comment. He was like, "Oh, Nicki Minaj has got more balls than some of these men because she spoke out against the vaccine." Right? Now, he didn't say anything else about her until she made the comment about the Christians and she's down with Trump. Check out my Patreon. I just dropped a video on there about this situation and about why Nicki Minaj needs to be careful of evil Alex. They call him evil Alex Brusowitz because he's made some of the most evil comments about black people, about DEI. Um, the guy the comedian that was on Kevin Hart's show, he platformed him and with these racist jokes at the White House. He was front and center laughing when Donald Trump put up the monkey pit, the monkey meme about Michelle and Barack Obama. And because some people have realized and went back, he has now started deleting tweets. And a person asked him, oh, what is your favorite Nicki Minaj song? What's your three favorite? And of course, knew he was gonna say Starships. He was like, oh, Starships, and they were like, do you know any other songs? So she's gonna have to be very careful of this dude because he apparently was just an online guy that used to come on the internet and just be brawling for Trump, and that's how he got the job. He would be online brawling for Donald Trump, and that's how he got hired with MAGA. He was a Charlie Kirk, you know, he was a Charlie Kirk groupie, and Candace Owens even alluded to him maybe sacrificing Charlie Kirk. Said because he's trying to get into the space that Charlie's in, right? That's what Candace Owens had alluded to. She was like, he is trying to get into the space where Charlie was at. You know what I mean? And you can just look at this guy and tell it's like, come on, this guy's fake. But he, wants to make sure and keep her close for these midterms. Now, the thing about Nicki Minaj is he's catching her at a vulnerable state. Now, we all know that Nicki Minaj is no dummy. However, she might be feeling like what he's doing is genuine because she's at a vulnerable state right now, right? And he saw that she had issues with Gavin Newsom, and then he came right in, with Amber Rose. That's another one she needs to watch. She needs to watch Amber Rose because Amber Rose is the one who sent Alex at Nicki Minaj. Okay? Amber Rose is the one who sent Alex at Nicki Minaj. So she needs to watch Amber Rose. A wedding, right? A wedding is something very sacred and something that you only invite an intimate group to. He had just met Nicki Minaj, right? I don't even think he had met her in person yet. He had just met her, and already he's taking away 2 seats or 2 plates or whatever that was supposed to come to his wedding, and he gave it to Nicki Minaj, her husband. And it's like, but this is a wedding. You know what I'm saying? So the wife was probably like, why are you inviting strangers to our wedding? But he wanted to make that look, and he had Sexy Red performing. And when you think about it, everything that they say, oh, he called Megan and Cardi B the hot summer hoes or something like that. The ratchet hoes or the ratchet Democrat. But then he has Sexy Red performing at his wedding. So that's everything that he was talking against. But he has Sexy Red performing his wedding. Like, what sense does that make? So it's just like, what is Alex Brucevitz's angle? What does he want? And I told you what he wants. He wants them influence. He wants them those followers. He wants, he knows what strokes Nicki's ego. Oh, such and such amount. She's the only female rapper that gains Spotify followers. Oh, he makes sure he says that. Oh, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. She gained such and such amount of followers. Like, he's going out there doing that for her online, making those comments, because those are the type of things that stroke Nicki's ego. She loves hearing I swear, I believe that Nicki comes on herself when men say, "Oh, you're the queen of rap." Like in 2026, "Oh, you know, you're still the queen of rap." I think that makes her come. So he knows what she likes to hear, what strokes her ego, and then in turn, he wants to get that influence and hopefully a percentage of the people who didn't vote before or who was voting Democrat before will see that Nicki Minaj says do vote Trump, and then they'll get some of the black women vote or what have you. But just hope that she knows that after the midterms is up, and he's gonna make the comment, "Oh, I'll support Nick. I'll support Nicki Minaj even if she never talks about politics again." Yes, stop it. Stop it, Alex. You don't like black people. You've already, and you definitely don't like black women. You've already made that clear, right? You made that clear in your old text. Whoops, sorry. He's made that clear in his old text. So he's trying to act like, oh yeah, I've always protected the dude. You've never said anything about it until now. If you check down his tweet timeline, he's never said anything. So the question is, what is going on with Alex and Nicki Minaj? Like he's there now with her husband, but his wife ain't there, right? And like I said in my other video, people are starting to whisper like the wife is like, okay, I get it, but like you're always with her. You're always with her. Like everything now is about Nicki Minaj. So we're gonna keep an eye on that situation. Speaking of Nicki Minaj, DJ Booth, right? So there's a alleged leaked audio of DJ Booth, right? And the Barbs are saying that DJ Booth is there's a guy online who said that DJ Booth hit him up and told him, trying to convince him to um stop promoting and liking Nicki Minaj. Like I don't know why he came to this particular blogger or whatever, but according to him, DJ Booth said to stop rooting for or stop promoting Nicki Minaj. And now, when this happened, um, the other things started dropping about Wendy Williams, about how DJ Booth went out there and said that said things about Wendy Williams, and then DJ Booth allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, because I don't know how DJ Booth sounds, but allegedly he called this guy up and he's explaining about how he had to give Wendy Williams mouth to mouth and how Wendy was an alcoholic and he saved her life, and then after that he didn't really hear anything from her and her team. She said, so I decided to walk away from the TV show because she needs help and they weren't trying to get her help. And it's just he starts explaining it. The person said he was on the phone for like an hour. And so I don't understand. I think Nicki on to Alice tactics. Darius, I hope so. Like I said, one thing Nicki Minaj is not is dumb. Okay? She's very intelligent. She's very hip to the game, but sometimes when you get into a vulnerable state and you don't really trust people, and then there's some person that comes along and Amber Rose is like, "Oh yeah, I'm referring you to Alex. Alex is a great guy," and just and the other. No, no, not knowing that Amber Rose allegedly was fucking Alex, but she's like, "Oh, he's a great guy. Maybe you two can, you know, maybe we can what get together and do some things. Do some things like what, right?" But I would hope so. But again, you never know. People can fool you. He's a master manipulator, from what they say, and he's a strategist, and he just probably knows all the right things to say. But behind her back, he's probably like, I can't wait to get through with this N word, because he's already been called a racist online already. Okay, Booker's in the building. What's your prediction with this turnout? Will Nicki be going off? Would they allow her to leave without chaos? No, I don't think they will hold her up. Like if she was like, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. Um, I don't think they'd say anything, but they would probably be like, yeah, we've been protecting you this summer, and all those people are going off on you, and I went above and beyond, and that's the type of person Alex seems like. I really stuck my neck out for you, and such and such and such, and going against what my wife was saying, and everybody was saying that I shouldn't be wasting. That's the type of guy he seems like. So we have to see exactly what they've done for her. There's been rumors that they paid her. Trump paid that bill. There's been other rumors that he's getting her the citizenship that she needs or what have you. And of course, the other rumors is about the brother. I don't really think they'll do anything about the brother, but she is trying to get the brother's a state thing, so there's nothing she can do about him. And if she was to get a pardon for Kennedy, it would only be on the child, the SO, because they can't do anything about state cases. So I don't know if it's as so much about the brother as it is her, finding a loophole for the husband, because the husband is out. She went out to a World Cup event with him. People that were there was saying security was like saying people can't be within a certain amount of feet from them. I saw one person on Twitter saying, "Oh, I mean, what's the big deal?" Like she's making a big deal out of people being within a certain facility of her. Well, with all the assassination attempts and stuff like that is going on, and somebody did recently run up in her house or run up on her. So yeah, I mean, she is a celebrity. So I don't have any issue with her saying, "Oh, can we block off a certain area?" Because it seemed like they were sitting way up top for a reason. It seemed like they wanted to be away from everybody. So I really have no problem with that. Um, and then Kenya saying she loves male validation. That's my only issue about Nikki. I think she got so used to. Remember when she first came out, a lot of men used to really validate her and use and really talk so good about her. But as she's gotten older and as she's changed, you know, she's not getting that same. Men aren't saying the same thing, right? You know, of course, you still got a couple of dudes that will still vouch for her. You know, dudes, especially the dudes she did collabs with, but most of the other guys, like the younger guys or whatever, they're not really rocking with her like that. The same way how they were, how younger guys were rocking with her when she came in with dissing Little Kim, and Little Kim got back at her with a crazy diss record, and most people are like, whack, you know, because that's what they end up doing when you're older, right? They're doing it to Jay-Z right now. One of the most incredible freestyles with crazy lyricism, and then you got people saying, "Oh, that was mid." Oh, no, nobody got time to be figuring out who he's talking about. I'm like, I had no problem figuring out every single person he was dissing, but I guess you know that's what y'all want to use because Jay Z's older now, you know, and we don't want to hear that and this and other. But to say his freestyle was whack, it's crazy. I'm like, yo, that was one of the craziest freestyles I've heard in a long time. But that's how people start acting when you start getting older, especially black people. So, you know, you're gonna see some people saying, oh, auntie, sit down, auntie, you know, and stuff like that. So, hey, it is what it is. But I'm hoping that before long, she'll figure out that this dude is no good. This Alex Brucevich dude is no good. All right. Cardi B. Oh no. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So the whole thing with Booth. Let me look and see. Hold on, y'all. So this whole thing with DJ Booth has gotten. The guy's name is Jay Grizzly. Okay. So let's see this. Let's hear this. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm a deep. Have this. He called some fan page. I don't know why, but he did. To have this perspective. I'm a DJ. I know Nicki since high school. Right? I worked on the Wendy Williams show first. Me and Wendy is still friends to this day. I left the Wendy Williams show because she was sick, illy sick, and tried to herself, my nigga. Do you hear what I'm telling you? So I want you to understand it. I did CPR on her and brought the bitch back to life. Put her in my car, took her to the hospital, never heard. Brought the bee back from life. That doesn't sound like she's a friend of yours. Life. Put her in my car, took her to the hospital, never heard from Wendy or the company again. They said I seen too much, my nigga. Instead of getting this woman fucking help, that's what y'all do. You know she's not well. She's an alcoholic. So you know what I did? I walked away from the show, my nigga. I spoke to Wendy, went to her crib. She said, Boof, I'm so sorry. I miss you. We are friends to this day. To this day. So when I went viral 7 years ago, when I said, sorry for the victims, that was only to get Wendy to stop drinking because it's killing her. And it worked. So basically, he's saying that he lied. He said sorry to the victims. That was only to get Nicki to stop drinking, and it worked. So what? I don't get that part. I don't understand what he said. Like I don't follow DJ Booth. So let me just read off one of these pages. Got that scoop. And it says DJ Booth gets exposed for allegedly contacting Nicki Minaj fans to try to get them to stop supporting her in exchange for concert tickets, connections, etc. Mind you, this man still goes around in fans' comments saying that they are still cool. DJ Booth spent an hour on a phone call with a stranger talking about personal things between him and Nicki. He even mentioned things about Wendy Williams. The content creator feels like the things he was saying about Nicki seemed planted, like he wanted him to run online and repeat. Booth also admits when it comes to Wendy Williams, the only reason he said y'all have no idea what's really going on and everyone there is afraid to speak up because they don't want to lose their jobs. This is going to play out bad. I feel sorry for the workers and victims. Is so it would get Wendy to stop drinking. So basically, saying that he said all those things to get Nicki to get Wendy to stop drinking. And this person said they're gonna wait um they're gonna wait to hear from Nicki Minaj. I don't know whether this person talks to Nicki Minaj or not. I'm gonna hear if Nicki Minaj says to speaks on it, and then they'll release the call. But until then, they're saying they're not gonna release the call. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't know why DJ Booth is so called a celebrity. I did hear part of the call when he's like, "Oh, I did this, I own this, I own that." Like he's building himself up. It's like, my nigga, why are you calling a fan page and explaining for an hour? And you sounding real suspect, dog. I mean, it's crazy. So let's talk about. Let me play this guy, Jay Grizzly. Let me see.
There's a huge corruption in the music industry, and I feel like people are scared to talk about it, but I am not. I can now clearly see the group of people who have been pushing negative narratives on Nicki Minaj's name at any expense, especially after somebody who was supposed to be close to her had me on the phone for an hour yesterday. As crazy as this is going to sound, I was called yesterday in an attempt to sway me to not support Nicki Minaj anymore. I don't think it's because they think I'm personally close to Nicki Minaj. I think they believe if they can get one of her supporters that has a good following to not support her, then I can convince you guys to not support her. The other day, a story hit.
So you're saying if they can get a person with a good following. All right, let me look up Jay Grizzly. He said, not that they think I'm close to Nicki Minaj, but if they can get a person with a good following to stop following Nicki Minaj, I can convince y'all to stop following. So let me look up Jay Grizzly. His name is Jay Grizz, right? My nigga, you got 3,700 followers on Twitter. Now, I don't know whether you got a bigger following somewhere else, but you have 3,700 followers on Twitter. Let's look at Instagram. His name is Jay Grizzly, right? I don't even really see him on
There's a huge corruption in the music industry, and I feel like people are scared to talk about it.
I don't even see him on Instagram, but I know on Twitter he's got like 3,700 followers. My nigga, what are you talking about?
At my table about Nicki Minaj's 10-year DJ Boo, speaking to one of her fans, telling them not to believe anything she says and that she doesn't know what she's talking about. The Nicki Minaj reporter says they were warned to stop talking about Jay-Z. They asked DJ Booth, why are you warning me to stop talking about Jay-Z like Jay-Z asked you to do it? And DJ Booth apparently laughed and said,
Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so I already see where this is going. So once again, Jay-Z's name comes up. So let me guess. You're now going to say DJ Booth is working for Rock Nation, right? And Rock Nation is going to try to get him. What are you talking about? Oh, Jay-Z. Why does Jay-Z's name always come up? Why does Jay-Z's name always come up? Y'all, these people really make... Do they really think Nicki Minaj has not made an album and has not made music in years? The last time she was talking about music, she said, I'm not making any new album. Are you happy, Jay-Z? So if I'm Jay-Z, that'll make me feel like, hey, I can tell her to make music or tell her not to make music. So if she's saying, I'm not making any music, are you happy, Jay-Z? Why would he be behind the scenes worrying about people supporting Nicki Minaj? It doesn't make sense. Jay-Z is not sitting back there saying, oh my God, people are supporting Nicki Minaj. Like, why? At this point in her career, she's obviously got a big fan base. So you think now in 2026, Jay-Z will think, hey, let me go talk to DJ Booth. And if DJ Booth can start saying negative things about her, then maybe her fan base on... Let me tell you something. If her going over to MAGA ain't lost that fan base, then it ain't going to get lost by you talking about her. I mean, stop. It's not going to happen. If people sat through the defending of the brother, the calling the Cardi B's kids' names, the let boys be boys, the going to MAGA, if her fan base is still there after all that, DJ Boo said, oh yeah, Nicki Minaj is crazy. That's not going to do anything. Like, Jay-Z is not going to be able to get a dude with 3,000 followers. He's going to convince millions of people to stop following. That makes no sense, but let's go.
You smart. Anyways, I make a video about that topic, and shortly after, I messaged my fake account on my TikTok, and they say, hey, have you talked to DJ Booth? I'm like, why the fuck would I have talked to DJ Booth, considering DJ Booth is moving weird right now, and I'm the motherfucker who shines light on the weirdness. Anyways, I asked for proof that they had a conversation with DJ Booth, because I'm hearing too many conversations about DJ Booth, but I'm seeing no proof. They sent me a screenshot of an Instagram rather than sending me proof that DJ Booth talked to him, so I was like, okay, this is a little funky. This is not what I asked for. On top of all that, now they're telling me maybe I should just hear DJ Booth out, maybe I need to hear his side of the story. They also mentioned that Booth claims that Jay-Z has no problem with Nicki, but I'm like, Jay-Z just dissed Nicki on the stage, and then the short...
Here we go. Jay-Z has no problem with Nicki. So why would DJ Booth be calling up and saying Jay-Z has no problem with Nicki? Oh, yeah, the problem is he is just on stage. Oh my God.
Shortly after that, I was blocked.
And let's not forget, the only reason that Jay-Z even responded back to Nicki Minaj, because it's been, what, 2 years of Nicki Minaj talking about Jay-Z, and he never responded publicly. So now when he responds, people try to act like, oh, Jay-Z's coming after Nicki Minaj. He just dissed Nicki Minaj. No. He was responding to all the disses. She's been dissing him for 2 years. And he didn't say anything. Now when he says something, everybody tries to act like Jay-Z is coming after Nicki Minaj. No, he's replying to Nicki Minaj.
By the fake account. 5 minutes after I was blocked by this fake account, I get messaged on Instagram by DJ Boof's official account. He tells me I'm wrong for what I said about him in my video. I'm like, okay, prove me wrong then. He tries to call me. I'm like, I'm not with the phone call stuff. I'm not about to call you. You been over there with the Deep Voice Disco Demon and Llama Lip Z. I'm not even about to play with you on my phone. He kept calling my phone. I kept declining. He kept pestering me to get on the phone. I kept saying I didn't really want to. Now, after I replied to him about one time, I screenshotted that DJ Boof followed me on Instagram and posted it to my TikTok story and said something weird's going on. The post wasn't even up for maybe 5 minutes and DJ Boof starts spamming me more messages saying, why are you already posting the tea? People are telling me not to talk to you. I just want to have a real conversation with you. See, this is that shit. Instantly, I get mad, but I also get a little sussed out because I'm like, okay, now this nigga obviously has people watching me because how did he even see that post? After that, he continued to try to call me, and since it wasn't my real number, but Instagram and Instagram is protected, I decided to go ahead and get on the call. As for the portion of the call that has to do with Nicki Minaj and her business, I'm sorry, but I will not be sharing it as I believe they shared this with me in hopes that I would go sell it to the media. The only person that I feel needs to hear that delicate information spoken about in the manner that it was is Nicki Minaj. Now, the first 5 to 6 minutes of that phone call when you were talking about Wendy Williams and how you essentially helped with her downfall to save her life, even though they say she's in a bad condition still.
All right, so y'all already heard that phone call. So according to this dude, him talking about Nicki Minaj's business, he's not going to play that. He's only going to let Nicki Minaj hear it. Okay. Okay. To not support that person? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not those people. There is no way. Hold on. Let me tell you something. If they're going to pay somebody, right? Wouldn't they go pay the Shade Room, Jason, people with real influence? Why would they go pay a blogger with 3,000 followers? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Where he can go and offer Angie from the Shade Room. You're telling me that if Rock Nation called Angie and said, "I offer you $2 million for a smear campaign," you don't think she's gonna take it? They're not gonna be offering random bloggers that have no motion. What is a man with 3,000 followers gonna do? What? He's not gonna do anything. That's gonna have no impact. I have 25,000 on YouTube, and they wouldn't even pay me. You're gonna pay somebody with influence. You're not gonna just pay any old random fan page. You know what I mean? People go after people with influence. Kai Cenat, so people I could see if Kai Cenat says it, or Aiden Ross, or academics, or somebody that has some sort of influence. I can understand if they say they called them and offered them, "Hey, I'll offer you such and such money not to support so and so." But I refuse to believe that DJ Boof called up some random schmandom that's got 3,000 followers or 4,000, whatever the case may be, and said, "Oh, I'll offer you tickets and come to not follow Nicki Minaj." Okay, let's say he did it. What is that 3,700 followers going to do? What is that 3,700 followers if every last one of them stopped following Nicki Minaj? What's that going to do? Nicki Minaj has millions and millions of fans. What is 3,700 followers going to do? Nothing. Doesn't make sense. So no, I don't believe him. I seriously doubt that DJ Boof is going to go on to a random fan where he knows the fan was taping him. He has to. Like, that ain't even Armand Wiggins. That's not even Armand Wiggins. This dude ain't as big as Armand Wiggins. Why would he call someone like Armand Wiggins or Tasha K and offer Tasha K? You know Tasha K turned for money. Tasha K would turn and dump Nicki Minaj like a bad habit if somebody opened up right now and she in a pickle too. She in a financial struggle. Somebody call him back. Oh yeah, I'll give you such and such $1,000,000 not to mess with Nicki Minaj no more. You don't think Tasha K gonna do it? Please, please. People are not caring about people supporting people on social media anymore. Like, I know people that's got 120, 130,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, and no celebrities ever contact them about shit. But somebody with 3,700 followers is going to get contacted by a celebrity. Oh, I want you to stop talking about Nicki Minaj, and I'll give you concert tickets and cap. Cap. That's cap. So DJ Booth went live during the booking and played something and said, if you believe the internet, you look stupid. Okay, so let me see. So DJ Booth have responded. Okay.
Yeah. I never need a man to take care of me. I'm in that big boy, bitch, you can't focus. I pause every day. It's after hours, y'all. Happy birthday to all my Geminis.
Well, just hearing him right there, that was you, my nigga. I'll tell you that for a fact. It was definitely you talking about Wendy Williams. You sound the same voice. Now I haven't heard anything about Nicki Minaj, so we gotta wait until that's heard.
I ain't never need a man to take care of me. I'm in that big boy, bitch, you can't focus. I pause every day. It's after hours, y'all. Happy birthday to all my Geminis. Once again, y'all, welcome to Dre's After Hours. Happy birthday to all the Geminis out there. You believe the internet, you look stupid. Hey! She said she better pull you. Soon as I get that off me, I'm open on the floor. On my way to the ground. Ladies, you sing it. Ladies. One time for the queen. Oh! Play with his balls, old head, duck, towing the forest, don't let me tell you twice, already told you once. DJ Booth. Sing it, girl.
Nah. So yeah, because he's her DJ, but that he's not just Nicki Minaj's DJ, right? He's not just Nicki Minaj's DJ. Like DJ Booth and her, yeah, okay, cool. But that's like a stylist. Haven't there been her stylists talking shit about her too? It didn't really do nothing. It didn't do nothing. At this listen, At this point in Nicki Minaj, this ain't 2006, this ain't 2007. At this point in Nicki Minaj's career, there is nothing that a stylist, a DJ, you know, publicist, an assistant, there's nothing any of those people can do at this point in Nicki Minaj's career. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So DJ Boo's coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, Nicki Minaj is crazy." I mean, what is he going to say? The normal stuff. She's crazy. She's schizophrenic. She's on drugs. People have said that already in the past. It didn't make people stop liking her. You know, the only thing that made a few people stop liking her is the MAGA thing. That's it. You know? You know, and when the whole thing went down with the hate train at first or whatever, but that of course is just the way people roll. They did the same thing to Drake, but now you see those people are back on the Drake bandwagon. You know? So we're gonna see if Nicki Minaj says anything about DJ Booth. If she says me and Booth are good, right? Or if she come back and calls Booth a cocksucker, then you'll know that they're not good. But if she says me and DJ Booth are good, then they'll know that whatever was being said wasn't real. Now, I don't like the whole if you believe in it, you look stupid. No, no, my nigga. Was that you? Was that you? And is there really recorded? What did you say about Nicki Minaj on the phone call? Like, don't come on and just say after you know you're trending about something. Don't just come on and be like, "Oh, if you believe in the internet, you stupid." Oh yeah, shout out to the queen. No, 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 that's not good enough, sir. That's not good enough. Was that you? Yes or no? And did you say anything about Nicki Minaj? Yes or no? That's not enough for me. On top of that, it sounds like you. That sounds like the voice. And why are you calling random people to tell them about Wendy Williams? Like, what? You're calling fan pages. That sounds like him to me. That people say that was boo. Darius would know. Said that was him. That sound like him to me on that phone. When I just heard him talk just right now for 2 seconds. Nigga, that's you on the phone. Now the whole thing is we didn't hear the thing about Nicki Minaj, but why else would you be calling him? But he called talking like, oh, the conversation. I left Wendy Williams because so and so and so. I think I gotta go and check out the TikTok. He's saying that there was messages on his TikTok and this, that, and the other. But I just don't understand why dude is calling a random fan page. Hell, you might as well call Got That Scoop. Ain't she like kind of big? I saw a tweet Got That Scoop had the other day. It was like 500,000, 600, almost a million damn views. I ain't seen this dude with nothing close to that. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, if you want to call a fan page or call Milagro. She's hot right now. She's hot right now. Why don't you call Milagro? She supports Nicki Minaj. Tasha K. Tasha K is hot. She's in the news. She's in the news for the wrong reasons, but she's in the news. Tasha K is bigger than this dude. But you wasting your time for an hour on the phone with a fan page that got 3,700 followers. What? These celebrities are crazy, dude. But we'll find out, Darius. We'll find out because trust me, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow. But Nicki Minaj is gonna say something at some point. And she either gonna give Booth, if she calls Booth a cocksucker, or they notice that she stopped following Booth, well, she's not on Instagram now because her of her own doing. Even before she came out as MAGA, she deleted her Instagram. Now I don't know whether she had planned on because she had planned on going MAGA, was that she told that, but she deleted. To me, um, she knows that her big part of her fan base is on Twitter. So that's why she's not going to delete her Twitter because that's her platform. That's her favorite platform. She doesn't really care about Instagram that much. So that's why she can delete her Instagram and not really care. Right? So, call my own post. You book her DJ for your event. Who said that? Who who booked them? Oh, out of all DJs, you book her DJ for your event? Shaking my head. I don't care. All money ain't good money. Who? Hmm. Okay. Ruby Rose went live and revealed that Kai Cenat paid her 100K for a one night stand. Night stand, and she exposed him claiming that he has a small T. Boy, Ruby Rose is out here just giving these cakes to anybody. Ruby Rose went live and revealed that Kai Cenat paid her $100,000 for a one night stand. See what she said? I wasn't even going to expose him, but he denied my Streamer University application. He got 4 inches max. Lord have mercy. But he do know how to use it. Lord have mercy. All right, let's move on. Let's move on, y'all. So Ruby Rose exposed Kai Cenat, said he's got 4 inches, so he's got a ditty dick. Okay. Cardi B was out on the town, looking good. I'm ready to suck up. Cardi B was looking hot, boy. She was out on the town celebrating the New York Knicks. The other day on live, she kicked some lyrics. Seems like it might be from a new song coming up. And I did hear that her and Megan got something else coming. I don't know whether it's supposed to be for Megan's new album or what, but Patience, go to sleep. But let me see if I can find it. Yeah, she was looking hella good, and she knows how to get the attention. I'll tell you that much. Um, Diddy, I'll find the lyrics in a minute. Diddy got hit with another lawsuit, y'all. So that's two lawsuits, and like I said, when I dropped the video and told y'all, and I tweeted, I said, Diddy is gonna win his appeal. Book it. Ever since I said that, three more lawsuits done came in. Three more civil lawsuits done came in. Because remember, the lawsuits had went quiet once he got convicted of the Mann Act. So the lawsuits had went quiet. Now all of a sudden, here come the civil lawsuits again. People saying that they were minors. People saying that, oh, he brought him in there. And the latest girl said, oh, I was walking along in Manhattan and he's ended up driving. He was driving beside me and started talking to me in the street when I was walking home. And I didn't want to be bothered, so I kept telling him to leave me alone. He kept talking to me and offered me a ride home. I told him no. And then he kept on harassing me, so I decided to say, okay. So you were saying no at first. Then he kept on bothering you. So you got in his car and said, okay, I'll take a ride. Because I only lived a few blocks. Then she says, oh, I noticed we're driving and we're driving past my block. I'm asking him, where's he going? And he says, oh, here, he offered me a drink to calm me down. So this nigga's riding along. He's riding along in Manhattan. This wasn't even a limo. He's riding along in Manhattan in an SUV. And he's got drinks. He's just carrying drinks with him and offers me a drink to calm me down. Next thing I know, I'm disheveled. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Yo, this shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. And you were a minor. So you jump into the car with somebody you don't know, right? Because I guess you recognize he was Diddy. Then he just happens to have a drink. What, he had cups too? Because if he's drinking something and it's spiked, so what, he was just running around the city drinking spiked liquor and hoping he run into somebody? Oh my God. Oh, I got the shovel. So listen, man. Everybody saw Cassie get that check. And now everybody's got a Diddy story. Because Cassie got beat up on camera and Cassie was in freak offs and Cassie was telling stories about drinking a lot and taking a lot of drugs. Now all of a sudden, every single person, oh yeah, he drugged me with alcohol. But in the trial, right? In the trial, where he was up for in the trial when he was going up for a RICO, right? There was not one person that testified that said he touched them as a minor. There was not one person that testified that said oh, he slipped something in their drink and drugged them. There was not one person that testified him that said, oh, he had something in the baby oil and it drugged us. I watched the whole entire trial for 8 weeks. 8 weeks. I believe it was 56 witnesses. There was 12 escorts. There were 2 women. Not one of them, not Cassie, not Jane Doe. No escorts. Every single male escort said, no, he didn't want us to take drugs. He wanted us to be sober. So he didn't allow us to take. The most we did was smoke weed. A lot of the escorts said, nah, I don't, we were drinking, but I didn't drink that much, or I may have had Henny or something. A lot of them said they didn't drink because they wanted to be sober and they didn't use any drugs. So if y'all was out here, right, and you had the minors and what have you, oh, no celebrity sex tapes. All that stuff everybody was talking about, oh, celebrity sex tapes, this, that, and third. There was no celebrity sex tapes in that entire trial. No other celebrities were mentioned. Don't you think that if Jay-Z, right? I'm Jay-Z. Don't you think if Diddy did something to a minor, don't you think the Southern District of New York would have found that and they would have used it because they obviously wanted to nail him to the cross. They obviously wanted to get him on the RICO. They obviously wanted to get him on sex trafficking. They would have took rape, anything else. They would have won anything to make him, to find him as guilty. If any of that was available, they would have used it. Why wasn't Gene Deal, who has all these stories about Diddy, why didn't Gene Deal testify? Why wasn't he asked to testify? Why wasn't Jaguar Wright, who says she has all this information about Diddy? I just have one simple question. Why wasn't Jaguar Wright asked to testify? That's something that they could have used. Where were these people with these lawsuits? Why didn't y'all come and step forward to the police and tell this story and come to the stand and nail Diddy to the cross with these stories about being drugged, being raped, being forced? Why wasn't y'all at the trial saying all this stuff under oath? Right? That would have made sense. But no, instead, you wait until after the trial is over and you file a civil suit. You file a civil suit. And the reason why people file civil suits is you don't have to have as much proof. A lot of times, if they just believe your story, you'll win the suit. Or you can force a celebrity into settling. That's what Tony Busby thought he could do to Jay-Z, but then he got a rude awakening. But if somebody did that to you, drugged you, raped you, wouldn't you want them in jail? Wouldn't you want them in jail? I know if somebody did that to my daughter, forget his money. I'll sue after I put him in jail. But these people, none of them seem to want him locked up. They just want money. Come on, man. Come on. And like I said, Gene Deal had all these years of stories about Diddy. I was thought for sure he was going to be on the stand. I'll tell you why they didn't testify. I'll tell you why. Because they heard their story. They questioned them. They most definitely contacted them. But then they couldn't verify none of it. They couldn't verify none of it. And a lot of them, the DEA listened and was like, man, this just not bullshit. It's a waste of my time. Jaguar, right? Oh yeah, I took Diddy. I walked them out. I walked girls out of the freak off. And it turned out they were lying. They were all lying. Everybody that said, "Oh yeah, they were a part of the freak off," it turned out to be a lie, because during the testimony, it was discovered that there's only 3 people at a freak off. So all the people are like, "Oh yeah, he's at the Diddy parties." You're lying. You're lying. Because the Diddy parties are freak offs, and there's only 3 people at a freak off at a time. 3. And that was discovered in the trial. Everybody testified to it. The escorts. Was there anybody else? No. Just Diddy, Cassie, or Diddy, Jane Doe, and an escort. They asked Cassie the same thing. They asked Jane Doe the same thing. So those Diddy parties where you saw everybody at, those are just regular parties. Hell, I've been to those. And trust me, if there was a freak on off going on, I'd let you know about it. But them parties that you see or see pictures at, the all white parties, man, no shit happen there. Ain't shit happen. I've been to 5 Diddy parties, 5 parties that Puff was hosting. Ain't nothing ever happened. And you can tell because there's public pictures. There's pictures of that out in the public. Nobody said anything about the baby oil being drugged. That's like literally impossible anyway. It's impossible for you to put HGB in baby oil and rub it on your skin and become inebriated. It's impossible. It's impossible. So to me, as long as Puff don't run out of money, he should be able to fight these lawsuits. Tony Busby, remember Tony Busby came and said he had 120 court cases against Diddy. I think they're down to like 60, and he hasn't given them no money yet. Most of them got dismissed. Some of them he dropped. But not one person has got a settlement except Cassie. So long as he don't run out of money, which he shouldn't, he got a $400 million settlement allegedly right before he got arrested. And them lawyers can't have cost him no more than about $15 million. You pay them about $15 million flat rate. That's the biggest payday they're gonna get. He had like what? He had 6 or 7 lawyers. Paid him like about $2 million a piece. You know what I mean? And then they stay on the case to the end. Cassie, new legal developments with her. Clayton Howard has responded back. Clayton Howard said Cassie's a liar. She gave him an STD. He's saying that the only reason that he DM'd Cassie's husband was because he was just trying to be nice and not blow up the fact that Cassie was a sea dumpster. I'm not even gonna say the word because it's nasty. That Cassie was a sea dumpster. Cassie has now left the country. Don't you ask yourself why she did that? Diddy's locked up. Why you left the country, Cassie? You left your family. You brought your kids and your husband with you, I'm sure. But everything that you do is in the United States. If Diddy's locked up, you got to ask yourself, why'd she leave the country? Hmm. Hmm. He locked up. He can't do nothing. He's not. They say he ain't getting out to what? 2028. That's 2 more years. So why did she leave the country? You got your husband with you. Ain't your husband gonna protect you? Husband not gonna protect you? Diddy ain't but so big. Diddy ain't but so big. Y'all be acting like Diddy is Andre the Giant. Diddy about what? 6 feet, maybe? 5'11". No, he's shorter than Drake. Drake's 6 feet. I stood right next to Drake. I stood right next to Diddy. Diddy's a little shorter than Drake. So I'll say Diddy's like 5'10". Drake's probably 6 feet. Like, y'all straight up be acting like Diddy is like Ronnie from Raising Canaan. Oh my God. Y'all got husbands. Y'all husband ain't gonna protect you? She got a whole husband that she left Diddy for and she cheated on Diddy with, but you still scared. What's your husband good for then? Hard dick and lies? That's all he good for? Child. Yeah, so Kendi, one of the escorts, which is Clayton Howard, he's suing her. He's the one suing her. He's the one suing her. You will know once you see him not DJing. Oh, so Darius, yeah, like I said, Darius, I'm gonna wait until Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna wait and see her move. If she constantly comes back and says, if she'll say something like DJ Booth, you sucker, or something like that. You'll know then it's legit. He trying to playing Nicki Minaj and saying, oh, you hear that stuff on the internet? You believe that stuff? Nigga, it's not like we was believing. If the dude would have never played the audio, then like I said, he played an audio, and that was definitely you. So either you're gonna say, yeah, I never said nothing about Nicki Minaj, because you can't say it wasn't you, because it was definitely you, my G. So how do you explain that? What were you calling him for? He's a Nicki Minaj fan. What were you calling him for? To talk about Wendy Williams? Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Now, Funny Blue Jacket, as my boy my boy podcast with Soul Sean G called him. Funny Blue Jacket. So 50 Cent and Daphne Joy's situation, it's got more and more crazy. He recently came on and made a comment about Daphne Joy saying, "Hey, um, you know, they find out they don't think anything's wrong with her behavior in LA or something like that. They find nothing wrong with it, people in LA." So he's basically stating that he tried to get custody of their son. What's his son's name? Zion, Zaire, or whatever his name is. And basically, California is saying there's nothing wrong with her being in freak off tapes. That doesn't mean she's unfit. And a lot of people disagree with that. But come to think about it, when you think about it, there are porn stars who have kids, right? And if they get into a custody battle and their spouse tries to take the kid and try to say, "Oh, she's a porn star," they don't hold that against them. That doesn't make them unfit because the porn star is a job. So just because she is taping her with her boyfriend and another guy doesn't make her unfit mother unless he can prove that she did that with her son in the house. And she testified and said her son has never been home. Because they asked her in the trial, "Well, where was your son?" And she said most of the time he was either with his dad or with a nanny or something like that, but she would never did that with him home in the premises. That's what she said on the oath. So if you just got tapes out there with your boyfriend at the time who was taking care of her son, she's not going to be found unfit unless she did something that put the son's life in danger, or she did something to endanger the son. Now, if she was doing it with the son there, yeah, that could be deemed as unfit. But Daphne Joy now, because of this interview with DJ Academics, now everybody wants to interview her, right? She done caught her little viral moment. Now everybody, because of Academics, wants to interview Daphne Joy. Now, Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. Okay. Let me go to this article that I wrote. And I got this article from, in case you didn't know, so shout out to G from In Case You Didn't Know. Okay. So, this article, as we all know, if you haven't seen it, Daily Mail, they ran a article stating that they have sources from the Klay Thompson's camp that said Klay Thompson got tired of Megan's ghetto ways, and he got he got tired of her acting and talking loud. Said she talked too loud. She was ghetto, and he was tired of that, right? All right. So that was ran by Daily Mail, and I think her name is like Eileen Risen or something like that. Now I reached out to her like before I copied this article. I reached out to Eileen Resner, and I was like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to run this story about how someone else said basically that your Daily Mail's full of shit, and that ain't the story." So out of respect for Daily Mail, I asked her. I said, "Do you want to come on my podcast to straighten out this what they're debunking?" So she hasn't responded back yet, but I'm going to assume she doesn't want to do it because it's been days already. It's been a couple of days. And she hasn't even responded back. But according to, in case you didn't know, these folks is full of shit. Hold on a minute. Mm-mm-mm. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Okay, sorry guys. I don't know what the hell happened there, but boy, I tell you, as soon as I start trying to put folks on blast, they won't get me up out of here. Woo. Hold on. All right, can y'all hear me? Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me, or say yes if you can hear me. Okay, y'all can hear me. So let me read all to y'all. Daily Mail. This is their response as far as what they read about Jay-Z. So this is the article, right? Hold on. All right. So this article says the Daily Mail. Oh, for a minute, Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson looked like one of the celebrity pairings that actually made sense in public. She was showing up in his world, he was showing up in her world, and the vibe looked surprisingly domestic for two people with such busy, high-profile lives. Then the internet got hit with breakup reports, cheating talk, and a whole lot of speculation about what happened behind the scenes. What makes this breakup hit harder is that the contrast between the public image and the ending. Megan wasn't just a casual date floating in and out of Clay's life. She had been doing the girlfriend duties people notice immediately: fishing trips, golf outings, gym moments, and even Thanksgiving dinner with his family. When Clay's father reportedly praised her cooking and the family atmosphere, fans took it as a sign that she was fully accepted into the family circle. So the question becomes, how do you go from family approved holiday dinners to a public split? One answer is simple and boring. Relationships change when private issues get bigger than the public image. Another answer is messier. The relationship may have looked solid from the outside, but trust may have already been slipping underneath. All those cute posts and family moments. Megan's own statement made it clear that, at least from her side, the breakup wasn't about a lack of effort, it was about lines being crossed. There's also a second layer here that keeps his story trending. Megan's past public battles have made every relationship she enters feels like a culture war headline. That means people aren't just discussing the breakup itself; they are projecting old narrative, old loyalties, and old grudges onto the new one. In other words, this was never going to stay a simple celebrity breakup once the internet got involved. The biggest takeaway is that public romance is not the same thing as private stability. A couple can look great at times on boats and kitchens and all around family, but that doesn't guarantee what's happening when the cameras are off. And that's exactly why this story is blowing up. It feels like a relationship that had all the visible signs of being serious, only to end with a reminder that the internet never sees the whole picture. Now, this person from, in case you didn't know, happened to speak to a member of Megan's camp. Now, they did not say who this person was, right? It says, I've been hearing a lot of chatter. Was it Megan or Klay about what really went on? Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, and after speaking with people close to Megan, I trust this sounds a lot more complicated than the internet is making it out to be. So, according to a source close to Megan, Megan was fully supportive of Klay throughout their relationship. I'm told she participated in many of the activities he enjoyed, including working out with him and trying to be present in his day to day life. Megan knows nothing about fishing. Megan knows nothing about golf, but she was there to support him. However, things reportedly began to change when Klay got up to a rough start on the court and his team struggled through a disappointing season. A criticism mounted. Many fans, bloggers, podcasters, and YouTubers began pointing fingers at Megan, suggesting she was somehow responsible for his decline in performance. Now, this person said some of Clay's younger friends and associates were never particularly fond of Megan due to the controversy surrounding the Tory Lanez situation, because many of them were heavily invested in social media narratives. Those opinions reportedly influenced the atmosphere around Klay. As the season continued to spiral, I'm told Klay became increasingly frustrated. According to my source, he allegedly experienced mood swings. Now, didn't Megan say that? Megan did say something about, oh, I went through you with your mood swings and this, that, and the third. This is the same thing this person is saying. According to the source, he allegedly experienced mood swings and began taking some of that frustration out on Megan verbally. At the same time, Megan's career commitments were becoming more demanding. She was traveling, preparing for appearances, and handling business obligations while she was reportedly living with Klay in Dallas. I do remember them having the keys. Y'all remember when they had the keys, or Megan was showing the keys? Reportedly living with Klay in Dallas, she was naturally spending less time at home because of her schedule. Things became even more tense after Klay suffered injuries and eventually found himself coming off the bench. My source claims that Klay missed several team-related obligations because of conflicts surrounding the relationship and was allegedly fined by the organization. Okay, so I didn't know that. That's something new. That's something new here. Now, if this is correct, Klay was secretly fined by the Dallas Mavericks. Wait, did you hear Armand got cut? Armand and Kat and Kai told him he's too old. Okay, so I'll come back to that. Mimi, I'll come back to that. But this is interesting. So Klay allegedly got fined from the Dallas Mavericks, right? Um, on more than one occasion. So hold on. Because of conflicts surrounding the relationship, he was allegedly fined by the organization on more than one occasion. Now, one argument reportedly became a turning point. Hold on now. Are y'all listening to this? I'm giving y'all exclusive shit. Tell me y'all heard this somewhere before. You didn't. Stop lying. One argument reportedly became a turning point. According to the source, Klay allegedly confronted Megan and asked her, "Are you going to pay me for those games I missed and pay my suspension?" Megan was reportedly caught off guard and responded sarcastically, no, should I? Ooh, child. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. Yo, this is wild. So, according to the source, Klay allegedly confronted Megan and asked, "Are you going to pay me for the games I missed and pay my suspension?" I didn't even know he was suspended. I guess he was suspended by the team. Megan was reportedly caught off guard. I could see Megan's face now. No, should I? The exchange allegedly escalated into a major fight. At one point, Megan reportedly said she would simply cover whatever fines existed just to end the argument. And that pissed Klay off even more. Klay allegedly fired back, "Keep your fucking money." Now, to be clear, my source insists there was never any physical violence or any physical confrontation. However, they described the confrontation as extremely heated and emotionally aggressive. So she was probably up in his face. He was probably up in her face. She was probably doing all this with her head. He was probably like, "Man, F you, B." And she probably said, "I got your B right here, huh?" Not long afterward, Megan reportedly moved out of the home they shared. While the couple technically remained together for a period of time, they had allegedly stopped living together months before they. Whoa, wow. So, according to this person, Megan moved out of the house after the big fight, right? The couple was still technically together for a period of time. They had allegedly stopped living. I bet you that's when they stopped following each other. Because if y'all remember, they were together and they were seeing all these things, and then they stopped following each other. And then after that, you may have only seen them maybe like 2 more pictures after that. Before that, she was, putting up the videos, putting up with them going out. And then right around one thing happened, a period of time where they unfollowed each other, and then less and less pictures started being posted. Not long after, Megan reportedly moved out of the home they shared. While the couple technically remained together for a period of time, they had allegedly stopped living together months before the official breakup became public. So who's really at fault? Based on what I'm hearing, the relationship had already been deteriorating long before the public realized it. Sources suggest that Klay may have begun to emotionally check out of the relationship. While I'm told there is no evidence he physically cheated, there were reportedly conversations indicating he was considering moving on. Okay, so you can pretty much you can pretty much couple that with what Megan said. Because Megan never actually said, oh, he cheated. She said, and now you don't know if you could be monotonous. So she probably monogamous. So she probably saw him talking to somebody, whether he was talking to another girl or whether he's talking to one of his boys saying, yo, I don't know how long I could do this. So and so's on my head right now. And she trying to give me some cooch. And I don't know, man. I don't know how much longer I can stay solid because Megan ain't even never here. Okay. So according to what I was told, Megan eventually discovered messages. See? Messages in which Klay allegedly complained about her frequent absences and stated that he got needs too. Now you also have to remember, going towards the end of last year, Megan had the lawsuit with Milagro. She was spending a lot of time in court. You know what I mean? Plus, she had the stuff going on Broadway. The source also claims that Klay expressed concerns about some of Megan's clothing choices and public appearances when he wasn't there. Okay, now we getting somewhere. Let me read that again. The source also claims Klay expressed concerns about some of Megan's clothing choices and public appearances when he wasn't there. Interestingly, I'm told Megan had even reduced her social media activity at Klay's request for a period of time. However, fans began noticing a shift when she started posting more frequently again, dressing more provocatively, appearing at dinners with Kellen. I remember that. Now, when they say appearing at dinner with Kellen, if you remember, she was out saying, "Oh yeah, we eating this." I thought Klay was with him. She was like, "Oh yeah, we eating so much food. We got so and so. We got." I thought maybe Klay was going to meet her there, but it ended up being just her and Kellen. And for a while, you didn't even see him. Last time I seen him, he was with her and Klay, and they were touching and kissing. He was like, "That's all they do all day. That's all they do all day. This is every day, all day. This is all they do." Right? But he wasn't salty. He was sounding like, "Oh, that's so cute," type of thing, right? Um, Interesting, I'm told Megan had even reduced her social media activity at Klay's request for a period of time. However, fans began noticing a shift when she started posting more frequently again, dressing more provocatively, appearing at dinners with Kellen, and attending court appearances without Klay by her side. By that point, according to the source, the relationship was over, essentially. So it says, if these accounts are accurate, this doesn't sound like a situation where one person is entirely to blame. It sounds like two successful people whose lives began moving in different directions under intense public scrutiny. However, it sounds like Megan was in it for the long haul. And the fact that Klay's parents were reportedly disappointed in the breakup says a lot. Regardless of the issues, Megan Thee Stallion never cheated or showed any signs of wanting to cheat on Klay Thompson. I was told there were even marriage talks and talks of starting a family. Megan was calling herself Mrs. Thompson. To be honest, my sources told me that Klay's mom has reached out to Megan since the breakup. That said, based solely on what I'm hearing, the downward spiral appears to have started when frustrations surrounding Klay's career struggles began bleeding into the relationship. Whew. Wow. Okay. So there you have it with that. Kasana said Armand was too messy. No gossip allowed. Megan did say he cheated. It was the first word in her post. Okay, so she said he cheated. Wow, it sounds like Megan is a good woman. Oh, so Megan did say cheated. So maybe he finally did cheat. But this person said that the source didn't actually tell them that. They just said that. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, da, da, da. But that whole fines thing, that's interesting. Now I got to look back at a time that he missed 2, 3 games in a row and be like, was that the time? Because I do remember at one point, I was like, when he moved to the bench, he was very unhappy about getting moved to the bench. And then he was basically like, I came to Dallas to start. If I wanted to stay on the bench, I would have stayed with Golden State, which is a better team. And it's the team that drafted me. But part of the reason that Klay left Golden State is because he didn't want to come off the bench. And then he goes to Dallas. They trade Luka, and then they put him on the bench. And he was like, hell, if I was going to come off the bench, I would rather stay with my home team and come off the bench over there. Whether to come here to a trash team and come off the bench. Mm, mm-mm. So there you have it, y'all. Look at people getting mad at me. Look at people getting mad at me because I got the tea. All of a sudden now everybody want to click me off. Don't get mad at me because I got the tea. What's up, Mike? Michael. She said trust, fidelity, and respect were non-negotiable. And her TMZ said, okay. Yeah, you are right. She did say that. Trust, fidelity, and respect were non-negotiable. And you listen to this article, the trust seemed like it was gone, right? When she heard about or found whatever messages. The respect, if this article is correct, him getting loud with her and getting in her face, or they getting in each other's face, or him saying, you gonna keep your effort money, or you gonna pay my fines, and this, that, and the third. And then of course the trust, the infidelity part. The fidelity part is when she said, "Oh, you don't know if you're gonna be want to be faithful now." So, yeah, sounds like to me that because Megan was for a long time, I didn't even see Kellen no more. I'm like, wait a minute, did she cut Kellen off because she's with Klay? We didn't see Kellen for a long time, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just start popping up. Mm. Wow, 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 wow. So on that note, we're gonna end things. My computer be working next time, so I wasn't able to share the screen with y'all tonight. But again, we sitting here, we giving y'all information that y'all ain't get nowhere else. You can't tell me that somebody else told y'all that. Wasn't nobody else reporting that. Everybody just wants to report, oh yeah, Megan was ghetto. This person that was speaking to him said nothing about Klay saying she was ghetto and loud. Right? That was one, the clip they keep showing is she was simply just singing a song. Right? She was singing a song that a person was singing, and then they were showing Klay looking like he felt out of place. But when she was with him and when he's doing his thing, Megan don't know nothing about no golf and no fishing, but you didn't see her rolling her eyes or looking at him crazy. She was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna read a book. You know, I'm gonna be here for you. If you need me, I'm gonna check you out." He like, "Oh, look at this." He like, "Look at this, babe, and this and another." And she was like, "Oh, babe, that's good." She didn't know what was going on. I'm sure she know nothing about fishing. She knows nothing about golf, but she was still watching, working out with him. So, do you think Megan is ghetto? I mean, I wouldn't say she's ghetto, but she's a Texas girl. All them Texas girls are loud. They're just naturally loud. Like, so every girl that I've ever met from Texas is loud, black and white. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't necessarily say ghetto. Like Cardi B's more ghetto than Megan, I would think. But they both know when to turn it on and turn it off. I guess but what she was doing that day, that wasn't even ghetto. She was out enjoying herself. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, that wasn't even ghetto. But all of them rap girls can be ghetto when they want. You know what I mean? Cardi can be ghetto when she wants. Cardi can be um not ghetto. She knows how to turn the ghetto-ness off. Now, of course, everybody's gonna always think Cardi's ghetto because of the way she talks, but she can't help that, right? She can't help that. But Cardi's very charming. I mean, so a lot of times Cardi B can mask the ghetto-ness with charm. She's a very charming person. Cardi B can charm a snake. Like I've been around her personally, and she is a very charming person. Right? Megan, like I said, Megan's loud, and when she gets drunk, she's probably louder because, like I said, the Texas girls I know like about six girls from Texas, and they all talk and act the same way. And they from different parts of Texas. I know a girl from Dallas. I know a girl from Beaumont. I know a girl from Houston. I know a girl from San Antonio. Like all of the girls that I know from Texas, they all act and talk the same way. And two of them are white. I know like four black ones and two white. Even the white girls are loud. But again, opposite attract, or at least they're supposed to. I'm sure she wasn't really feeling the fact that, damn, you too quiet. She's probably not used to quiet dudes, right? But opposites attract, or supposed to. A lot of times when you get with somebody who you normally wouldn't get with, those are usually the relationships that last. Oh, see, Kenzie said I'm from Texas too. Okay, see. You know what I mean? And again, that could just be the way that y'all talk. That don't mean that y'all are ghetto. You know, ghetto to me and then someone said, oh, just country. Ghetto to me, like I had a friend named Laverne, right? Shout out to Laverne. And growing up, we used to call her ghetto because she was so loud. Hey, nigga. You know, so that like she was so loud. Like whenever we would come outside, she come outside, no shoes on. Mind you, this is not the South. This is not the South. We live in New York, right? In Long Island. She would come outside. Chick ain't never like she'll come outside in rollers. She'll come outside barefoot. Hey, nigga. You know, so that to me is ghetto. Which you like, here come Lay, like we call her Lay. We be like, Lay, so ghetto. Like, she's so you know, whenever we would do something, you remember that old thing we used to do? Hump, dee dump, hump, dee dump. My name is so and so, dee dump, hump, dee dump, and I'm a cancer. You know, that's it, right? So we would always be doing it. Like my sister, like rest in peace. My sister be like, hump, dee dump, dee dump. My name is Gina, dee dump, dee dump, and I'm a Pisces, dee dump, dee dump, and but you know, whatever you do. I guess it was like, and I'm bad, super bad, or whatever, right? Everybody go around doing their little thing. It come time for Lay. Here come Lay. My name is Lay. Dee dump, and I'm a nigga. Like, come on. It's like, like she was ghetto. Be like, nobody else is saying that. Can you just do the damn thing the right way? And I'm a nigga. Like, bro, you're supposed to say your horoscope. You're supposed to say, you know what sign you are. You're like, and I'm like, she found a way to turn everything ghetto. Right? Can y'all still hear me? Hello, is my mic still on? Yeah, I think my mic's still on. Y'all remember it is what's this dollar sign thing for? I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyway, let me put my Cash App in here. Forget that new to streaming comment. I don't know where that came from. Remember everybody, my I'm not monetized currently. YouTube fucked me over. So it's pretty much not getting paid for my content right now. So if anybody can help me out, that's my Cash App. Donate to the channel, donate to the stream, and we're gonna hopefully get remonetized. I don't know what the issue, but I can't find out what the issue is because YouTube refuses to tell me. But they just demonetized my channel. Won't tell me why they demonetized it. They say something about another channel that I'm associated with, or that I associate with or run is suspended. None of my channels are suspended, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. All of my other channels are much smaller than the IE Network. My daughter's channel is not suspended. Um, my Sports Fanatic channel is not suspended. My Reacts and Recap channel is not suspended. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they refuse to tell me what they're talking about. So I don't know. I don't know, Crimson. I don't know whether they're going to reinstate me because I tried to reapply, and they were like, "Oh, we'll get back to you within a week," and then like 2 days later, they were like, "Oh, we denied your appeal because you still facing the same problem." I'm like, "Okay, so tell me what's up," because that channel may not. You guys may have may be making a mistake. If you give me some channel that isn't mine, then y'all need to reinstate me because that means it's not my fault. I looked through all my channels and none of them are suspended. I don't even have a lot of subscribers on my other channel to be suspended. I only have like 200 and something subscribers on my on my reacts and recaps. I only have a few. I don't even think I got 20 subscribers on my Sports Fanatic. I only have a few subscribers on my sports lives and videotape. I just started my um real crime channel about Hollywood crimes. Like nobody's subscribing to it. And my daughter has like 670 subs. Like she doesn't even have 1,000 subs yet. So I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know, but I know it's rough when you're doing content and when that's what you're trying to do. You know, and that's what's been working for you for the past few years, where it's like, hey, I got freedom and I don't really got to do anything except make content, and those YouTube checks was covering what I needed to cover, and I did not have to do anything else. Now you're putting me in a position where I have to go back to what I was doing before, which is hard to get back into once you stop, because what I was doing before was creating budgets for TV, films, for TV and films. But right now, TV and films are starting to go, they're getting less and less popular, and everybody's moving to streaming and streaming content and um, virtuals and shit like that. So people don't really need budgets anymore. But back then, I was like, to do a budget, if I was hired for a proposal, right? Like it may take me 26 days to finish that proposal and then create the budget. I could be on one job all month, right? And then they pay you at the beginning when you first start the job. So let's just say the rate that for me creating proposal and creating a budget. Let's say okay, the job is 15 grand, right? So they would pay me like the 7,000 upfront. Well, no, not even 7,000. That's not half. They would pay like a down payment. So if the job is 15 racks, they would probably pay me like 3,000 down. Then when I'm halfway done with the job, they would pay like another three, and then they would get the finished product once I'm completely done. The budget is complete. Um, I'm sending it over for final, you know, to the final for final confirmation, whatever. And then once they say, okay, it's done, the proposal's done, budget's done, then that's when they pay me the rest. So a lot of times I would be on one job for like 15 to 20 days. But that's an independent contractor. Once you stop that, and then, once you start saying, hey, I don't need to punch no clock. Well, I wasn't really punching the clock as an independent contractor. So you're working at your own time. But people would hire you, right? So you had to pretty much do what they said. When you're content creating, you pretty much do what you want, right? You just have to put out content that enough people watch it for you to pay your bills, right? So now I'm contemplating. I'm like, damn, do I got to go back into the workforce like part time? I haven't worked a job. Let me tell you how long it's been. I have not had to work a job since 2012. I think I was a bill collector when I first um started my company Block TV. I was like, I have to have something on the side that's making me money, right? Because Block TV was pretty much going out getting footage. So I was working part time as a bill collector. I think that's the last job I actually had. Crazy. From 2012 to like 2015. So I think I stopped the job around 2015. So it's been over 10 years since I've actually had a job. But it might be coming to that now. That's gonna suck, but until I get my channel monetized again, or until my subs pick up on Twitch. But like people are following me on Twitch, but nobody's subscribing, and that's the way. That's the only way you get paid on Twitch is people have to subscribe to your content, not just follow you on Twitch. So if people can, please subscribe to my podcast on Twitch. I think it's like $2. You know what I mean? It's like $2. Go to Twitch and subscribe. All right. So I guess I'll be back tomorrow with some more shit. All right. This Heaven Hollywood Experience has been another installment of the Heaven Hollywood Experience. I love you guys. Be safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.